Hello, Grissom Choir. This is Music Theory Level 12 Review. The only concept that is on Level 12 is an augmented triad. And an augmented triad is a triad with a raised fifth. So that fifth is raised up just a little bit. So you got to think like you're in the major key of the chord that's given. The triad should be line, 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 or space, 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 just like how we learned earlier. Always put accidentals to the left of the note on the staff. Doesn't matter if which octave that you draw it on. You make the first major chord and then you raise the fifth with an accidental. So let's take this second example and do it first because it is the easiest. So we have C augmented. If I can get my eraser pulled up, that would be excellent. There we go. So C augmented. Then we know we have some sort of C. I'm going to do it right here. So we have a C. Skip a line, go to the next space, which is E. Skip a line, go to the next space, which is G. So now we have to think like we are in the key of that first note. So C, in the key, there's no sharps and there's no flats. So a C major chord would be what we have written right there, but we're looking for an augmented chord. And so you take the fifth, which is the third note that you drew, and you augment it. You raise it up. And so how do we do that? We put a sharp in front of it. And there's our C augmented chord. So let's go on and do this first example, B augmented. So I'm going to draw the first note on B, draw the second note on D, third note on F. Now we got to think like we're in the key of B major. So B major is a sharp key, and so we got to go back one in the alphabet to A, and then do the order of the sharps all the way up to that A. So we have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp. Those are the five sharps that are in the key of B major. So now we got to look, is any of those sharps that we just drew any of the notes that we have drawn? So B, and then D, yes, D is supposed to be sharped. And then F, yes, F is supposed to be sharped. So that is our B major chord. In order to make it a B augmented chord, we take that fifth note, or the third note, which is the fifth of the chord, and we raise it up again. So if it's sharped, we then have to erase that sharp and make it a double sharp, which looks like the X with the dots. Again, I have no idea why it's not just two sharps like the double flat is. But that would be our B augmented chord. B, D sharp, and then F double sharp. Going on to this next one, A flat augmented. So A, C, E. What flats are in the key of A flat major? Well, that is B flat, E flat, and A flat, as well as D flat. So now we look. Oh, excuse me, trying to swipe something away. A flat augmented. So we have A flat, has to be flat, of course. Is C one of those? No, it's not. Is E one of those? Yes. It's flatted. Wonderful. So the A flat regular major chord is A flat, C, and E flat. But now we've got to make it augmented. So we take that top note, the fifth of the chord, and we raise it up. So if we're raising a flat, we then have to just make that a natural. And it is important that you put that natural right there so that we know. So A flat augmented is A flat, C, E natural. G augmented, we start on G line, G, B, D. Now we think like we're in the key of G major. So G major just has one sharp, and that's F sharp. Is F sharp one of those notes? It is not. So this chord as it is would be our G major chord. So then we got to take the top note of that chord, the fifth note, and we raise it up. So we put a sharp in front of it since there's not a flat or a sharp already there. Going on to the next one. We have F augmented. So we know it's got to be an F, an A, and a C. Now we're going to think like we are in the key of F major. Remember, F major is oddball. It is a flat key, and it's only one flat, and it's B flat. So is B flat one of those notes that we written? Excuse me, one of the notes that we wrote? No, it is not. So the F major chord would be F, A, C. Now we just got to make it F augmented. Raise that fifth note. C sharp, F, A, and C sharp. G flat augmented. We got to draw a G flat, B, and then a D, What are the flats in G flat? We have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. Already got that G flat written. Now we just got to go in, put that B flat, as well as that D flat. So there is the G flat major chord, G flat, B flat, and D flat. Raise that top note, raise that fifth to make it augmented. The flat then turns into a natural. If I can get any of my stuff to work, there we go. D natural. So the G flat augmented is G flat, B flat, and D. And last one, E flat augmented. So we know it's got to be some form of E, G, and B. Think like we're in the key of E flat major, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. So we know E flat's got to be flat. G is not flat. It's not what we just wrote down. And then we have B flat. So E flat major chord is E flat, G, B flat. But we're looking for the augmented. So we take that top one, which is already flatted, and we make it a natural. So the E flat augmented chord is E flat, G, and D natural. That's all we got for level 12. Remember, I'm going to go through this process one more time. You draw the triad with the given note as the bottom. So for that first example, like we did, would be B, D, and F. We list what flats or sharps are in the major key. So B major has 5 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. We put the accidentals beside the notes that are listed. So we put the accidentals besides the D and the F, making that a B, D sharp, and F sharp. And then we raise the fifth with a second sharp, which turns it into, we actually have to erase it and draw the X with the dots, making it the double sharp. And there's our B augmented chord. That's everything on music theory level 12. Make sure you review anything that you need to in order for you to be successful on this level and going forward. Thank you, everyone.